Welcome into the 2018 SCAC Fall Media Days. It is day 8, and it's time to take a look into the Texas Lutheran University men's soccer program. The Bulldogs, of course, coming off a 5-10-4 season, 4-8-2 in SCAC play a season ago, 14 total points, good for 5th in the regular season. Bulldogs, of course, led by head coach Eddie Salazar and senior goalkeeper Brendan Soto. So let's welcome in head coach Salazar and senior Brendan Soto. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Russell, for having us.
Eddie, we'll start with you as the head coach of the TLU men's soccer program now, the longest tenured coach on that TLU staff, heading into your 13th year of the TLU men's program. Just take me through the importance of preseason, a big freshman class coming in this year. How important is it to try and establish, in trying to establish your identity is a productive preseason, and how has camp been going early on so far?
Just kind of, year after year, it's kind of the same challenges with different personnel. So obviously, with being able to having a larger class and be able to try and utilize as much time as we can during the preseason. We find the challenges of integrating as much as we can without taking away from the focus of the main core. And what I feel from the preseason is that we definitely have the motivation there, and obviously the largest number in our program's history. Is going to be a challenge in and of itself, new territory for us, but I think looking at it, the attitude has been very good. I feel like the guys are very motivated, and they're really trying to work on themselves to be able to plug in and ultimately establish that identity that you mentioned. And for us, we've just been working on, again, trying to get the human component in the mix in order to jump off that foundation.
Brendan, for you, you're coming off a junior campaign in which it was your first full season as the starter of this squad. What did you learn last year in your junior season, and how did that help springboard you into the offseason and get you prepared for this now your senior year?
Definitely, I just learned how to build team chemistry coming off of a season with so much experience and a lot more game experience than I've had in the past. Definitely gets you ready for what's to come, especially your last year of competition. But it's definitely brought me into a winning mindset that makes me want to finish this last season with something under my belt and something that I can finish with to keep my head high and leave the program better than I found it.
Coach, you talked about this big incoming freshman class, I think 16 in all. Preseason, as demanding as it is, it's a short time period in terms of, trying to do a number of things in a quick, turnaround. How much do you lean on guys like Brendan and his senior class to really help bring along some of the younger guys and lean on them in terms of, finding an identity with this group?
Well, yeah, that's huge. I mean, we all know we lean on the experienced ones, very heavily. At the same time, we have to also lean on the incoming guys to play their part and to be good followers and to be good observers and individuals who can ultimately try to get the grasp of the lay of the land as soon as possible in order for them to make that impact. We all know that it's not an easy thing to do to make an impact year one, but with the incoming guys having the right attitude in order to try to play their part in the process, that makes the leaning on the experienced ones not so heavy, but we all know that we definitely need the leadership from not just our seniors, but from our returners who definitely have the experience of the college game, of the college lifestyle, and how to actually, just be able to hold each other accountable as we're trying to move forward in the process. So I think it's kind of a two-way street, but at the same time, to your point, Russell, I do believe that the seniors such as Brendan, one of our captains, is huge. I think the conversations that we're going to have away from the field, and the ones that he's going to have in that locker room on his own away from the field as well. They're going to be very key and crucial to our progression as the season keeps going.
Brendan, as the starting goalkeeper a season ago, you were part of a defensive core that limited opponents to under 1.5 goals per game. This is a defense that will look to continue to improve this season in 2018. What will be key for this defensive unit to take that next step and continue to solidify in terms of that defensive third of the field?
Like I mentioned before, it's just the chemistry. It's not only the defense that can hold everything together, but the contributions from everyone on the field, coming from the midfield back down the spine of the field. Everyone just on the same page at all times, working together and just knowing each other's tendencies and how we play the game definitely keeps everything easier and more in tune to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to get out of it.
Now, Coach, on the opposite side of the ball there, offensively, 20 goals for this team a season ago. How do you try and look to create a little bit more in that offensive third and find the back of the net on a little bit more regular basis with this group?
It's very simple. Bring in better players. And if you can bring in better players who can produce better results, then you're going to get what you look for. I think it's all obvious to us the attacking side of the game is not going to be easy because of how competitive the conference is and how good the coaches are at preparing their teams. And so we're just going to need individuals who can provide a little bit of spark. And we're trying to sift through that right now, trying to figure out who those individuals could be, and everything that's going to back that up is just going to be about the mentality of the individuals. Just keep trying to plug away. So I think we're in good shape with what we're looking at. Obviously, with the number of guys that we brought in this year, we're trying to be a little bit better in those areas, trying to be better all over the field. But that's definitely an area that we have to concentrate on if we want to have a chance to not just be fortunate enough to play in the tournament, but make a better run than we did last season.
Brendan, obviously camp can be a bit of a grind with 2 days and a number of new things going on. What's your favorite part about camp, though, Brendan? Being back with the team, going through this together, what do you enjoy most about camp?
I think I just enjoy being around everybody, seeing the new energy that the first years bring in, having that energy that we've had in the past, and then be able to match it and push us even farther than we thought we could go. Such a big class coming in definitely brings in more competition within ourselves, which is always a good thing, to push us farther than what we thought we could go, and just make us better as individuals and keep us moving forward. And if any of those first years can fit in and fill some of the gaps we may have, then that also helps as well.
Finally, for you, Brendan, wrapping things up, what are some of the goals for this 2018 men's TLU soccer program, and what will be key for this group to accomplish what you're set out to try and accomplish?
Well, I think one of the obvious goals is just to make it farther than we've ever made it before, or in the 4 years that I've been here, or some of the other times that other people have been here. But I think just getting something out of what we're putting in, the amount of work that we're putting in, and sacrifices and effort that we put into trying to become better as a whole and as a team. I think we deserve something to show for that, and we will do nothing less than work hard to get that. And to do that, I think it's just throughout the season, it's a constant grind, and we have to keep that in mind and just keep that pushing, make that push us forward and keep us to want to reach that goal that we have set.
And Coach, finally to wrap things up with you, for all the fans, family, friends that are going to come out and support this TLU men's soccer program this season, what's one or two things that they can count on game in and game out that you hope to really be a part of the identity of this team throughout the course of the 2018 season?
Well, Russell, in life, it's kind of hard to count on anything. But I think if we can kind of pinpoint a couple of things, they're going to be able to count on the togetherness that will be displayed in the good times, in the tough times. And in addition to that, I think when we talk about counting on stuff, I think what we pride ourselves in as a program is that they can count on their sons, their brothers, their their nephews, their friends, right? They're going to count on these guys that are working hard in the program to continue to put their best foot forward, and they're going to be doing it all together. So when we look at it, I think the elements of working hard and rewarding ourselves, to the best of our abilities, and then the support that we're going to have for one another, just the family type atmosphere, the togetherness, again, that's going to be, I think, a couple of things that will be witnessed whenever whenever the fans and the supporters come out.
The Texas Lutheran University men's soccer program. The Bulldogs will head into the 2018 season led by head coach Eddie Salazar and senior goalkeeper Brendan Soto as they open up play August 31st when they take on Concordia, Texas. Coach Brendan, best of luck and thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Russell.